As with everything in life, this journey is about so much more than its surface. It's about so much more than the film. It's much more complex than just for the master's thesis. It's 4 months on the road, going from St. John's to Vancouver and then back to St. John's, hitting Montreal, Toronto, Calgary along the way. It's a very significant trip.
I like to be a lawyer because the school subjects interest me.
I'm debating between being a teacher and a model.
I'd like to be a singer. I'm in singing lessons right now, and I find that really fun, so that's what I'd like to be.
I want to either be, I want to be in politics if I can, but I'm not sure if I can. If not, I want to be like a fashion designer or I want to be some kind of designer or a hairstylist.
I've moved around a lot, and I was raised in a military family. I've moved around mostly within Canada. In fact, I've only ever lived in Canada. But I've lived from coast to coast now. By the time I was 7 years old, I'd already lived in, I was born in Comox, lived in Lower Sackville, lived in Baldyhus, lived in Shiloh, and lived in Boisvane. So yeah, by the time I was 7, I lived in 5 different places. And then when I was about 9 years old, my father passed away. It was obviously a big deal in my life, the biggest heartbreak ever, and it was tough. And my mom was stuck in this tiny little town with 2 young kids, and so she picked up, moved us all out to Alberta. So to recap, I lived in 5 different places by the time I was 7. And then I moved to Airdrie when I was 10. And then I went off to college, so I went to Olds. So this is already 7 different places. I moved to Calgary right after I finished college. And I lived there for only a few months. And then I went off to Banff, and I lived in Banff for a year. And then I came back to Calgary, and I started to do my Bachelor of Fine Arts. But within Calgary, how many times did I move? Probably 5 times. And then in the summers, I would go and live with my mom sometimes in Abbotsford. So yeah, I moved a lot. I just kept moving and moving and moving and moving and moving. And then I was done my Bachelor of Fine Arts, and I picked up and I moved to Oakville, Ontario to go to school again. And then from Oakville, I moved to Toronto, and in Toronto, I moved around about 4 times. And then from Toronto, I moved to St. John's to do my master's degree, which is where currently I'm based out of.
In my school, usually because the majority of the people are Black people, and it's very segregated. Like they have the Black doors, the white doors, and the Geno doors. And then the basement is where the Black people hang out and they listen to music and whatever. After the Genos just hang out on the first floor and they hang out by the parking lot because most of them have cars, and it's more segregated like that. But usually when I'm hanging out with my friends, it's by in the basement by the Black doors, and usually everybody, they're playing music and the guys are singing and whatever.
Well, okay, modeling, I love modeling. It's just so beautiful. You can show you can show what's on the inside of you on the outside, basically. And teaching I just realized that actually I wanted to be a teacher when I was laying in gym, and I just decided that'd be cool, I wanted to be a teacher, so I haven't really put a lot of thought into being a teacher.
Well, there's one game on miniclip.com. It's called RuneScape. I play that a lot because I'm really good at it. I'm level 59. There's different quests. I finished all the quests, so I get to go in this building that nobody else gets to go into.
I really like to dance, and I think I'm pretty good at dancing. And I love designing Barbie clothes. I always cut up my old clothes and make skirts and stuff for Barbies. And I like to sing, but it's only something I started this year. And I think I'm pretty good at drawing too.
people stereotype girls more than they do guys. With girls, everybody like stereotypes the way they look, what they're wearing, how their hair is, and everything. So it's more, there's more to talk about. I think stereotypes of a girl would be a girl, she has long hair and she wears tight clothes and she likes to do her nails and go to the mall and do shopping and things like that.
Blonde. That's how everyone would describe it. Like a girl is blonde hair and tall and beautiful. That's what a girl is.
Someone who mostly like thinks they can do anything and like no one's gonna stop them.
Female type likes jewelry, likes roses, likes being flattered up, likes the salons, likes going to the pool, likes shopping, likes getting $100 from her parents, likes having a crush. Someone to look forward to spend the rest of the day with, or somebody to go to if you're sad, or stuff like that.
I don't think any of my friends would fit into that stereotype.
I don't really know what makes me a girl. I just think I'm a girl. I know that. I'm kind of like a girly girl, so I have like kind of long hair. I always do this. I spend a lot of the time at malls if I'm not grounded. I'm usually, if I'm not babysitting too, I'm usually at malls or dances or something like that. And I think that makes you a girl when you do all those things.
I like going to the pool. I like shopping. I like getting $100 from my parents. Like, I like high heels, but then I wouldn't want to break my foot. And if I wore high heels, I'd wear them for about one event, and then I'd find another pair and I'd wear them then. But I wouldn't wear the same ones to the same event all over again, and I wouldn't wear them like a whole bunch of days in a week.
Yeah, I think so. I think I'm kind of the typical girl. Well, I think she's just like a person who like she just wants to have fun and like hang around with her friends and do things on her own time and not let anyone stop her.
A guy? I don't know, someone who wears like baggy clothes and I don't know, I don't really know.
Strong type, able to belt someone, carries your shopping bags, just sits in the hot tub, plays sports, goes to football games, goes to hockey games, goes to those type of games, goes to crash and derbies.
God. People who don't really care at all what other people think, and they're gonna be themselves, and if they want, they'll be mean and they'll just do whatever.
Well, guys, they have short hair usually. They usually don't have pierced ears unless they have one. And then they wear big, like they wear necklaces and stuff, but they wear big chains and baggy clothes unless they're prepped, and they wear tight pants, kind of like girls, but not girl pants.
A guy would wear normal jeans and a t-shirt. I don't know how he would dress.
With their face, they usually put more effort into how they look and stuff than guys. Like, guys usually just wake up and like put clothes on and go, but girls, every morning they usually shower and like take like 2 hours to put makeup on and stuff.
Cause I don't know, I don't know. Guys don't really they don't care. I don't think they don't care as much as girls do.
Because girls worry more about themselves. Guys, they don't care as long as they show their muscles or whatever and wearing a bling bling. Then they think they look sexy. But girls, it bothers them a lot. So they put on more and more, even though they only have to do just as much as a guy to look good.
Because guys, most of them, they don't really care how they look. They just kind of get up and like shower and then leave.
The only characteristics I can really pin out on a guy and a girl, like the difference, is the clothes, the way they act, places they go, the way they look, and things they wear, and of course their biological differences. That's the only thing that separates them. And then as soon as they cross their line of all those things, like as soon as they start to do the other sex's characteristics or whatever, then I think they create a new body, like a different, it's not a boy and it's not a girl, it's in between. So they might have a whole new set of characteristics, but I don't know them.
My favorite song right now is probably Run It by Chris Brown.
My favorite music video would be a Black Eyed Peas video, My Humps or whatever. I love that. It's just so, they know how to express their music without being like Britney Spears and expressing all of, like showing all of her skin. And I watch music videos a lot.
Well, I like the Beat of My Heart video by Hilary Duff. I think that's really well done. And I really like Jessica Simpson, so the These Boots video, even though it's kind of gross, I like that video.
Gwen Stefani, Rich Girl, Hilary Duff, I like a lot of hers. Shania Twain, I like her Up, and Any Man of Mine.
Well, sort of what he's saying is that he wants to get with the girl and how she has a nice body, and like he thinks that she's thick, like she has a nice body, like curves and whatever.
Okay, it is about a girl who's at a party and the guys are asking her like how she's gonna dance with her butt, like how she's gonna dance, like how she's gonna shake her butt, whatever, the first part, and then how she drives people crazy, like her looks or whatever, and then they buy her all these diamonds and stuff. Yeah, it's about her really. It's sexual, but it is really like it's a girl at a dance, how she dances with all the guys and they just look at her lumps. Like lumps would be her boobs, and then her hump would be her butt or whatever, and it's just showing how people look at it and they're trying to dance with her and stuff just because of her boobs and her butt.
Like she sings about her like bra size and then just how she kind of dances and then she kind of punches a guy up, but yet the bear still stays on the little tray thing that bothers me a lot. The car scene, I mean, like it's not really necessary that you wash a car in the video and then, you know, and kind of shake your stuff in front of the camera, and then when she's walking out, her bikini bottoms, they're like up her butt so you can see everything. Yeah, it's like she's trying to sell her body through her song. I guess it's just because she wears so little clothes, and then I don't know, she's trying to make it look sexy, but I guess it kind of is, but it's kind of disturbing.
I think like black people, they rather listen to their own people instead of like listening to country music, and they don't find that like something amusing to them. They listen to what they see other people like them that listen to, so they want to follow what they're doing, pretty much. I don't know, because that's mostly what you see today, because when you turn on the TV, usually that's what you would see on TV. You don't really see like country music, and there's not really a lot of white rappers and R&B singers.
Of all the shows I watch, yeah, they're mostly white shows. Yeah, they're actually all.
Mostly white people.
Well, I think there's more white people like on TV and in movies, but probably more black people in music, because like a lot of rappers and then a lot of like dancers, I think black people are way better dancers than white people, and they're just, but I don't know, because there's not really a lot of black actors, but I think they're becoming more popular.
if I saw Ludacris and he was advertising like Gatorade or something, like LeBron James, how he advertises Sprite, I'd probably, if I didn't know what it was, I'd probably go try it.
Like, okay, we all look up to like the female pop stars and whatever. And what clothes they wear, of course we're gonna go out and buy them. And I know that that's what I think like affects me, but a lot of guys and whatever, they all look up to 50 Cent and all them. Like, they all wear the exact same clothes as him and buy his clothing line. So I think it affects the clothes that we wear. But it also influences a lot of things I don't wear, like Hilary Duff. I don't mean to be mean to her, but I hate her with a passion. I will never touch a piece of her clothing line. That's gross. My little sister loves her clothes. I'm supposed to shop for her for Christmas. She ain't getting Hilary Duff. I won't touch it. That's gross. And she influences little girls to be exactly like her, like the little Hilary Duff bubble, that they wear on their head. I did that for a while, but no. It influences the pop stars that I like, whatever celebrities I like. Yeah, they influence what I wear.
Like, a lot of people dress the same but different. I probably dress how other people would dress, but I dress to what I like and what's comfortable to me. Like, if someone tells me they don't like it, I'll still wear it because it's not what they think, it's what I think and how I feel wearing it.
Actually, I am my own self. I am not afraid to wear anything that, like, someone will make fun of me. I'm not afraid. No one has a choice over my choice of clothing but me. A celebrity that I look up to would be Fergie of the Black Eyed Peas. I look up to her because she knows how to live her dream and express her music without trying to like get the media and stuff into her, without showing her clothes, like taking off her clothes. She knows how to do it with her clothes on, and if she does want to look sexy in short clothes, she knows how to do it without showing her parts, and that's a lot to me.
J-Lo, I think, could dance, yeah, but I don't really look up to her that much. Little Kim, she's cool. Like, she has, like, some of her lyrics, they're not really things that I would, like, really sing about, but, like, she portrays herself, like, she doesn't care what anybody else thinks about her, and she does what she wants to do. Jules Santana. I don't know, he's just so, like, he's just chilling, like, he doesn't worry about what other people think and whatever when you see him in interviews.
I'd say that about most of them, well, not all of them, but most of the people on TV, they try to, like, I guess show skin and try to look more sexy because I guess they think that sells, but it only sells for guys, I think.
I think that they reveal their body because their career is kind of going down just a little bit, and they think that if they show their body that it will, get more viewers and stuff.
To get boys interested in you. That's what the teenagers think. It works, but I don't go by that.
Well, I don't think Hilary Duff really dresses sexy, but, well, Jessica Simpson, she does. I mean, well, look at her music videos. Not very many people, like, are gonna buy a CD or something. Like, if the person has a good voice, they kind of have to look good.
It's always nice to go home. No other place like home. That's what I'm talking about. Home. No other place like home.
Judith Butler says that we imitate something that's not an original. So we're imitating an imitation when we're performing gender. Like, so in order to be a girl, I'm putting on makeup, and sometimes I'll have my hair long, or like putting these little barrettes, wear like a nice little strawberry shortcake shirt because it's feminine and girly. But yet, who says that all these things are feminine and girly? They're only feminine and girly because that's the meaning we associate with it. but who assigned the meaning? We did. So there's never an original that we're copying. Like I'm copying myself. I'm copying what we as a society has determined to be girly, and I'm choosing to be girl because it's appealing to me. It's not even as simple as that. It's not that people have told me that that's what I want to be, but it is told in many ways. The message gets across in so many ways.
Oh, we have Playboy logos because Playboy rocks. And we wanted something to do with our downstairs, even though it's my sister's room or whatever. We all hang in there, and Playboy, it was just, you know, a chilling thing, so that's what we chose. And we actually named the bunnies.
This one I probably wouldn't pay attention to.
I guess I never noticed it because I'm so used to seeing it.
And this one, she looks like pale, anorexic.
Well, this one makes me kind of feel freaked out because she looks really scary there. But it makes me feel kind of weird because, like, well, I mean, someone who was, like, really tiny would still feel fat after she's seen her. And I think that they should just have more normal-sized people kind of thing.
I know a lot of people that they think they're so fat and they're like scrawny to the bones, so they stop eating and they go bulimic and anorexic, and it's really sad. And I think that with Mary-Kate and Ashley going anorexic, and you know, Hilary Duff now anorexic, and Lindsay Lohan was anorexic and all that, I think it's really influencing our people now because they think, okay, well, those pop stars are really skinny now, I should be that too, right?
Usually people who are, like, really big, they don't usually get famous. But I think that most stars who become famous, they have to be kind of small and, like, really pretty and stuff.
I know lots of people who are concerned if they're too big or too small and how good their butt looks in certain jeans, because I'm actually like that kind of. I always worry about what I look like in certain clothes. A lot of people are like that, actually. I know some people where if they think they're too big, they go on a diet and like almost go anorexic, you know?
I'm confident about myself. Like, someone may say, oh, you need to do this. I'll be like, okay. I'll just say okay and I'll walk away because I'm not going to change myself for how someone else wants to see me.
Well, I think it kind of depends on your self-esteem and stuff. Like, if you have a really low self-esteem and, you know, you see those people on the TV, I guess you'll kind of feel bad because you don't look exactly like it. But, like, if you look like the people on TV, you'd probably feel better about yourself because you'd be like, oh, I look like a celebrity or like someone, like a model. But, like, on average, I don't think it bothers that many people.
I don't know. You just be.
You could travel far and you could travel wide. You could see many stars, you could see many skies. You could choose to swim or you could choose to fly. But there is one thing I know, there's just no denying. It's always nice to go home. No other place like home.